Hello everybody, I am the real Super Sam, and today is my yearly April Fool's Day fun little video. Of course, I'm listing the top 5 best death of Uncle Ben's. My god, what even is this video? Of course, Uncle Ben is like a saint, and it was the useless death of him that taught Spider-Man that with great power comes great responsibility. A lot of his deaths, well, are bad, but these 5 I think are his best moments of dying. Number 5, The Amazing Spider-Man Universe. The first live-action Spider-Man reboot retold his origin, with some changes that I personally think were mostly bad, especially Uncle Ben's death, but the moments in the movie before then, Uncle Ben was a pretty fun character, and I was glad to see him, like that scene where he picks Peter up after breaking the basketball hoop. He was played by Martin Sheen here, who I mostly think of as the elusive man from Mass Effect. I love that game series. Anyway, the reason this version dies is a literal joke. He died over chocolate milk. Wow. Now that is a bad death. Even after that, Peter doesn't exactly start to be a superhero, just a vigilante hunting his uncle's killer, which in the movies he never finds, which I also guess is kind of more like the comics. He doesn't really start to hunt criminals for fun until issue 3, but that look is for another day. Overall, Uncle Ben died over chocolate milk. Spider-Man, the animated series, or Spiderman TAS Universe, number 4. So does this count as an Uncle Ben death? Yeah, why is it in the top 5? Because the origin is basically Earth 616, but updated. We earlier in the show got to see how he took Peter to summer camp once and even taught him how to fish. In the origin, which is told to us like twice every season, the robber kind of looks like Quentin Beck, aka Mysterio. That would be cool if they changed his origin just a tad bit and really did have Mysterio be Uncle Ben's killer. Anyway, we first see his origin in Mysterio's premiere appearance in the show. Yeah, we see more of Peter Parker's side of things in this origin, but why is it number 4? Because in the series finale, we get to actually see Uncle Ben on a different Earth, but he's still the same likable guy, and how he talks down Spider Carnage is historic. So I think this made his death even more impactful, getting to see him and how just what a nice guy was, and make his death on our Peter Parker Spider-Man TAS Earth even more tragic. Number 3, Spectacular Spider-Man Universe. Most of this was seen in the flashback from episode 12, and it was an updated, shorter origin from the Sam Raimi trilogy, except Sandman wasn't the killer. What can I say that I won't say later in the video about Uncle Ben here? Basically, it's the Raimi version, just shorter. The biggest change is it was Black Cat's father, the cat, Walter Hardy, who was the burglar, and unfortunately shot Uncle Ben, and ever since regretted it. He even is okay with staying in jail for this moment. Number 2, the Sam Raimi Universe. Here we are, the most well-known Uncle Ben death. We got to see Uncle Ben before that fateful night. We got to see Peter with him as he takes his last breath, and even the infamous card discussion where he says his iconic quote. He was thought to be shot by Dennis Carradine, the carjacker, but it turned out to be a huge accident from Flint Marko. And then in Spider-Man 2, we get the same shot, different dialogue, and it's a heartbreaking scene. A little fact is this Uncle Ben drove Peter 45 minutes into the city for him to, quote, finish his homework at the library. I also like how Uncle Ben's death has a plot point in all the 3 Spider-Man Raimi movies, and you can't help but think about him here when Peter mentions him in Far From Home. And I also like the change, how Peter finds him on the street instead of, at their house, that it's just a carjacking gone wrong. I think that's a really cool twist in the origin. Or I guess that wasn't a twist. Well, number 1, the Ultimate Universe. Yep, I think the Ultimate Universe of Uncle Ben was really, really good. He was sort of a hippie, but always had his family's best interests at heart, and when he got robbed, he tried to calm the whole situation down with a little humor, but that got him shot. It was the modernization of the Amazing Fantasy issue 15 story. This version of the first Uncle Ben, who was shown what he was like in Peter's day-to-day life, and what made him so much more of a character, and you understood why his death would inspire Peter to become the ultimate Spider-Man. And wow, this video took something out of me while making it. Those were 5 Uncle Ben deaths. Now that I think about it, maybe this should be titled the top 5 Uncle Bens? Oh well, too late. Thanks for watching this April 1st video, and have a good one.